Alright lads, we are back with career mode. It's been a very long time since the last episode, so apologies for that. But as promised, I'm going to let you guys choose my car for the rest of the season, so let's see what it is. I must be colorblind because the Sauber is definitely not black. I'm pretty sure it's a light grey colour. But anyway, here we are for the Spa Belgian Grand Prix. As promised, I'm going to be doing a 100% race around this track. It's going to be only my second attempt on F1 2013, so we'll see how we go. It's definitely going to be a lot more interesting than the 25% races with that good old tyre degradation. So there should be a lot more strategy in this race, and hopefully I can deliver a bit more better racing in a much more competitive car. So here we are in practice, practice 3 I believe. There's only one practice session available on this game, but here we are. Testing R&D components, and I think the goal of this session was to just get under a certain lap time for 3 consistent laps, and we'd have improved mechanical grip for the Sauber, so that's pretty cool. To be honest, we didn't actually need that much more grip because it just felt that much better than the Toro Rosso. It wasn't even funny. So yeah, we did alright in the first practice session. We got some consistent lap times, and hopefully we can improve the car. But one thing I can say about this car is it definitely feels a lot better than the Toro Rosso, which just seems to be sliding around in the rear end a lot more. So Sauber definitely suits my driving style a lot more, and it allows me to push and be a lot more comfortable in my driving. So I'm going to be looking forward to that for the rest of the season. So here we are in qualifying 1 on the prime tyres. The hard tyres actually, so I don't actually feel that bad, to be honest, compared to the last game. If you remember on F1 2012, the silver wall tyre, the hard compound tyres, they just felt terrible. But on this game, it doesn't feel that bad, to be honest. Can't even notice it compared to other tyres, since the handling model is a lot more nicer. But while I've been rambling, I managed to go P5 in that session. And I wasn't really even pushing in that session, to be honest. I was still coming to grips with the car and just, trying to explore the limits just a little bit. But on a set of hard compound tyres, we managed to get 5th place, and only a couple tenths away from Sebastian Vettel's time. So that's pretty encouraging. But as we head into Q2 now, we're down the order a little bit. We've done a run on the prime tyres, just a used set that we used in Q1, but now we put on the medium compound tyres, the softer compound of the 2 available sets this weekend, and we set a banker, but we didn't manage to crack the top 10. I think I was only warming into it, or I didn't get my lap in properly, but this time hopefully we'll be able to exploit the limits of this tyre and hopefully propel ourselves into the top 10. So I think this car will be pretty competitive around Spa. It does, in theory, it should suit this track because the Sauber doesn't really have much downforce, especially with its skinny side pods and front wing and whatever. It doesn't fare too badly on a track like Spa, which has a very high average speed with long flowing and high speed corners. So hopefully we should be able to do well this weekend, and that really starts by qualifying well. So coming through the double left-hander Puon, I believe it's called. I'm just horrible for corner names on most of the tracks on the calendar, so excuse me if I get a few of those wrong. But coming through here, the middle sector just feels fantastic. Going through high-speed corners on this game, especially in this Sauber, which feels a lot better than our Toro Rosso that we had just a couple of days ago. But coming through the middle sector, we are 1.1 seconds faster than our previous personal best, and 1 second faster than 10th place. So with only 3 minutes to go, I think we're easily going to bag ourselves a qualifying 3 spot. So hopefully we can get the lap done now and then preserve this set of tyres for the race if we need them. But a track like Spa with the degradation around here, you probably won't need that set of tyres. It's not really an issue. But coming up to the line, let's see what we set. A 1:48.298 to go 5th place in qualifying 2, and that's us easily into Q3. But from there, I'm just going to bank on that. I'm going to retire from Q3 and just start from 10th place, and hopefully get a strategy gain from a new set of tyres. So wish me luck for the race. Alright, so a 100% race at Spa comes to a total of 44 laps around this magnificent circuit. There is a 0% chance of rain today, so hopefully we won't be spoiled by the weather. But it is Belgium, so you never know what the weather's going to bring. So hopefully we have a dry race. But the setup, it's pretty straightforward. Just going for pretty much the best straight line speed you can go for, really. So here's the strategy. I'm not too sure whether these tyres will last long enough to do a one-stop. I'm just going to think about it here for a minute. I think I actually was sitting there for like 2 minutes contemplating what strategy I was going to run, but I decided just to leave it on the default. But I just wanted to leave it on the default so I could see how long the tyres would last according to the game, and if I wanted to, I'd just make a one-stop strategy work on the fly. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we can have a good race. Teammate challenge, we are smashing Hulkenberg in some areas, but he's a lot faster than me in the races. I think that's down to the Toro Rosso being pretty terrible on its tyres. But here we go. We're going to start the race now, and hopefully we can get off to a good start. Alright, so here we are on the grid for the Belgian Grand Prix, our very first race for Sauber. Our engine suppliers Ferrari will be looking at us with quite a big interest. So away we go, up into fast. Let's try and take it easy. We've got a long race ahead of ourselves, so let's not get carried away with a first corner incident. Let's just take it nice and slow, go around the outside of these guys, and hopefully pick off any kind of positions that we can gain out of the process. But we took turn 1 pretty safely, to be honest, but we managed to pick up one position coming out of there, getting a nice good drive from there. Now we've got Sergio Perez right in front of us. We're going to try and get past him as soon as possible. We're going to use the slipstream, a little bit of Kurz in 7th gear just to fly past Kimi Räikkönen, who squeezes us out a little bit there. Next up is Felipe Massa. It looks like there's a bit of a clusterfuck up there, and we're going to lunge it up the inside of those guys. Alonso gets tangled up with Webber, and now I've tagged the back of Alonso, and so lucky not to get a penalty from tagging Alonso. I tried to straighten him out there, but I actually tagged him a second time, and thankfully we did not get a penalty. But now we're going to lunge it up the inside of those guys again with Alonso right there. So awkward when he's right there, but he seems to have run wide through there, and that's given us 10th place. So we actually lost quite a bit of positions in that transition there through the first couple of corners, and now we've caught up to the back of Sergio Perez. Look at the slipstream. It's a double slipstream here as we try and get past Grosjean up the inside. Just enough room for us both to get through. I leave him a little bit of room, and he takes a position back, but now we're running side by side through here. But now I've got the inside run for the little hairpin run through here, and hopefully I'll secure 8th place with a little bit of a lock-up there. And we just about get the move done with the lock-up. And now we've got position 8 with Jenson Button right up the road. It's going to take us a little bit of a time to catch him. But on lap 6 it seems we've done that. But now we've got the double slipstream on Räikkönen. We've got the DRS open this time. And we're going to fly past Räikkönen with a higher 7th gear. It's really helping us in this race so far, especially since we're running with the minimum downforce setup. I'm not too sure what the AI cars are running either, but it seems to be helping us so far in the early stages of this race. So now it's lap 7, we're into P7, and that's Fernando Alonso cruising by us. So it seems that the DRS assisted passes here seems to be fairly well balanced. It allows me to pass the cars fairly well, and allows them to catch me and pass me as well. So far so good, looking very balanced, overtaking wise. And here we are on lap 9, getting caught on the bouncy castle curb, as I like to call it, and that allows Räikkönen to slip past. And I think Fernando Alonso is going to try and brave around the outside of me through this middle sector here, but it's really only a one-line corner, and having the inside line really provides such an advantage that it's just too much for Fernando to get past. So I'm holding on to position 8 for now. I've lost 2 seconds on this lap, so that's a pretty tardy lap, and hopefully we can recover that as this first stint really comes to a close now. So look at that, the slipstream coming up to the back of Räikkönen. We're really closing him up here. He must be in fuel saving mode. We're going to fly past him on the run up to the bus stop, and we're going to go around the outside of him and take back position 7. So now coming on to lap 10, we're going to think about doing a pit stop very soon. As you can see there, the rear end is sliding around quite a bit. And I thought, my tyres are going off pretty badly now, so I thought maybe it's time to come in for a pit stop, put on the prime tyres, and probably go on for another set of prime tyres as well in 20 or 30 laps time. So we'll see how this plays out. I didn't think I could do a one stop at the time, but we'll see how we end up at the end of the day, seeing how much further the other AI cars can take their stints into this race. So a pit stop was fairly well to open the account for pit stops today, 3.2 seconds. And coming out of the pit lane, is there anyone behind us? I can't really see. We're still in 10th place, so we maintained quite good track position considering we stopped early, and now we've caught up to the back of Romain Grosjean, who still hasn't stopped yet. So that just shows how much time he's lost by staying out an extra 3 laps. That's crazy. We're going to fly past him. We've just got so much grip. We're going purple on this lap since we've got the youngest tyres in the field so far. So another thing that helps doing extra stops around this race is that the pit lane stop-go time is actually really short, and you can get away with doing extra stops, I suppose, because you don't lose too much time by doing a pit stop. But we're going side by side through Eau Rouge with Jenson Button, and we just get the move done through there. That was crazy stuff. Lucky not to get spun out into the walls there. But thankfully we get the move done, and now Jenson Button is going to come back at us with the DRS, and I'm going to brave around the outside, be a bit more braver under brakes, and I took it around the outside fairly well there, just enough room for me to get through. And now we've caught up to the back of Felipe Massa. From memory, I think he actually had a drive-through penalty, so that allowed me to catch up and pass him. So he's put on a set of option tyres for this second stint. I think the majority of the AI runners are running with a set of option tyres for this stint. I think they're going to be doing one extra stop compared to me, but we lock up and have to go through the bus stop, and we've got a penalty out of that. Despite that being our only corner cut of this race, we barely gained any time. We actually lost position to Felipe Massa there, and yet we got a penalty. So that's very, very, very frustrating, because that's going to take us out of the running for a podium position. Our chances of getting on the podium now are pretty much gone. Felipe Massa is going to get away, and we're going to lose about 10-15 seconds by coming into the pit lane and serving that drive-through penalty. So looking on the mini-map, we're going to rejoin somewhere around 10th. So we're going to have a lot of work to do for the remainder of this race. But I'm going to pass Felipe Massa up the inside, and Jenson Button was going to follow me through there. I hope he got the move done too. No, he didn't. So he's stuck behind Felipe for another couple of laps. Now I'm coming in for my drive-through penalty. I wanted to leave it out just a little bit longer than what I could, so hopefully I could maybe jump some of the cars in the mid-pack while I was lapping faster than them. So we'll see how that ends up as we come out of the pit lane. Now it doesn't look like there's too many cars on the racetrack around me. We slot in behind the 2 Red Bulls. Wow, that's crazy. The Red Bulls are actually supposed to be the fastest cars around here, and we're going to pass them with ease now, with Mark Webber really going slowly through there. The slipstream, especially on this back straight here, is just so overpowered. Or not overpowered, but it's so powerful. Whether it's overpowered, that's up for you guys to debate, but as far as I'm concerned, it seems to be pretty powerful. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, we're going side by side with Sebastian Vettel there, trying to brave around the outside of the final corner. We're going to drag race to the first corner, and I'm not too sure where the DRS detection line is, so I'm not too sure who's going to get DRS here. But either way, it's going to be pretty nose-to-tail stuff here as we go up on the run to Eau Rouge, and Vettel is going to come back at me now and going to brave around the outside. So I think, no, I'm going to lunge it back up the inside, just be a little bit more braver than him under brakes. So I get position 6 back, but all this squabbling is allowing the leaders to get away. So that's a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying this battle with Vettel here. So I'm going to allow this to continue. I'm saving fuel in the middle sector while this is happening. I'm running fast on the straights just to be a little bit more economical with my fuel usage, and just managing my tires as well. I find that's the most effective way to use the fuel on this game. You don't need to run fast, on lots of corners, otherwise you really waste it. You get wheel spin, whatnot, and it just wastes fuel. So that's the sort of tactic I like to use, especially in longer races. It's something that the ARL taught me, to be really economical on my fuel, my tires, and all that sort of thing. And it just allows you to be a little bit more faster at the back end of the race when it counts. So here we are, going around the outside of Vettel again. on the run into the bus stop, but he wasn't really content to leave me too much space there, and I had to resort to putting 2 wheels on the grass. But we managed to get the move done, but I've had a poor exit out of the final corner, and Vettel is probably going to have a run on me, and he's probably going to pass me around the outside on the run into turn 1. And I'm not too sure again who's going to get the DRS this time. I've run wide out of turn 1, so I've absolutely bottled it there, and Vettel may just hold position on this lap, so it's a little bit frustrating. My tyres are in fact going off the cliff just a little bit, but if I can just stay with Vettel, stay in the slipstream, I can't lose too much time, and I'll be able to save a little bit of fuel in the process. So let's see how our 7th gear stacks up against Vettel. I'm going to put it up into lean as soon as we pass him just to save fuel. And up the inside, Vettel's braving it under brakes around the outside, so that's awesome to see that the AI are actually racing with me here, and they're actually using a little bit of bravery and aggression to stay in front of me. So that's really awesome to see. You wouldn't see this kind of racing on F1 2012, that's for sure. But now we're going to try and brave around the outside into this no-named corner here. Go around the outside, and we just get the move done without track extending there, so that's an added bonus. So on lap 29, we've actually lost DRS here, so that's going to be crucial. I'm going to have to maintain track position at all costs, but once again I've run wide out of that first corner, just locking the front tyres again and getting horrible wheel spin out of 2nd and 3rd gear there, and that allows one of the Lotuses to get alongside me, and they're probably going to pass me on the run through El Rouge, but he backs out of it just a little bit, and that allows me to hold track position with a cause collision warning. I don't think I even touched those guys, but anyway, coming in to the pits now at the end of lap 29, I'm going to put on a set of option tyres. Am I actually going to put option tyres on to the finish? Tell me I'm not. I don't think I can. Okay, we're going to put on a set of option tyres then. I can't remember why I was going to do this. Apparently, a set of new option tyres will be able to get us to the finish. Though I would have thought a set of prime tyres would comfortably get us to the finish without too much degradation. But it seems that I might have actually pitted too early on my very first stop on the option tyres. So I probably could have extended them even longer than what I did, and maybe even gone for a 1 stop. Because I do remember I did stop a little bit too early for my prime tyres. I actually didn't feel too bad when I pitted in anyway, so I decided to stop in for a second stop just to maximise new tyres at the back end of the race. But we get around the outside of Kimi Räikkönen there fairly well, and now we've caught up to the back of Jenson Button now. It's a bit of a flurry now as we've got fresh tyres, and the other AI cars are on much older tyres, and that just allows me to be much more aggressive, and allows me to catch up to them and pass them much more quickly. So now, where there's only 5 laps left in this race, Kimi Räikkönen is right behind me. I've locked up the tyres again into that dreaded first corner. I can't get it right here all day, keep stuffing it up, and that allows Kimi Räikkönen to get past for 4th place. So now I think he's going to have DRS, so it's going to be pretty tough for me to pass him. But the slipstream does seem to be pretty powerful in this game, so we'll be able to maximise that, and hopefully... Oh, we've got DRS. Okay, that's interesting. So we might even get the swap back on Kimi Räikkönen if we lunge it up the inside with a bit of a brave move. Just enough room for us both to get in there. I think we made slight contact as we brushed each other through there, and I get the position back as I had the inside of the corner, and I had to cut the corner just a little bit there as Räikkönen was on my outside. I just wanted to leave him just a little bit of room, and now that's Sebastian Vettel passing me around the outside with the DRS. Am I going to lunge it up the inside? He's a little bit too far forward for me to catch him, so I think he may in fact get away. And the reason why Vettel is pulling away now is he actually came in not too long ago, and he's put on a set of new tyres, and he's going to pull away as well. But Kimi Räikkönen, I believe he's on the same sort of condition tyres as myself, so it's going to be a pretty even fight between the two of us to see who's going to get 5th place in this race. I'm going to use up a lot of curves, and hopefully going to stay with him on this this front straight here, and hopefully get past him. We're -1 on fuel, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Put it in the lean through the middle sector just to get us to the finish. But seems Räikkönen's got a little bit more grip than me. He's able to brake a little bit later into that corner, which is pretty surprising and pretty rare, especially from the AI. They really don't like to brave it under brakes, especially on previous games. But on this game, seems they're doing well, and up the inside of Webber trying to defend from 6th place. And I think we're going to have to give that position back because we went off track in an effort to hold position, so that was a bit of an unfair advantage. So I'm going to give that position back to Webber. But with the condition of my tyres now, they're actually pretty gone now. So unfortunately, I think Webber is going to pull away, and yeah, a bit of a bad strategy call there. I should have gone with the prime tyres. In hindsight, it's a beautiful thing, but unfortunately, we don't have that readily available to us today. So maybe next season I'll be able to take advantage of that and maybe go with prime tyres in the next Spa race that I do. But anyway, oh crap, we've lost the back end into the wall. We've chipped off a bit of an end plate. We've lost a couple of positions as well. Lewis Hamilton takes out this race win, but we've thrown away about 4 points there, which is very annoying, coming across the line in 9th place. Very disappointing end to the day, considering how much promise and pace we showed at the start of the race.
That's 2 points. Great job.
Yep, 2 points for the tally. Our first race in Sauber didn't go too well, but there's a lot of promise there. We do have a lot of speed in this Sauber. We just need to be a little bit more consistent and smarter with the way that we manage our racing and our strategies and whatnot. So we'll learn from this, and hopefully we can come back bigger and better for Monza. And in the standings, we are still 5th in the standings with Nico Rosberg right in front of us. We're about 125 points behind Vettel in the standings. Nico Rosberg, our teammate, is well inside the top 10, so that's good to see. In the constructors, whereas Sauber, we're actually quite a way down the field, as I've taken over Gutierrez's place and he wasn't doing too well. So hopefully from here on in I can really raise the game for Sauber and hopefully get them ahead of Toro Rosso. So looking ahead to the rest of the season, it's definitely looking a lot more promising. So the next race will be in Monza, and I'll probably do another 100% race, as I really enjoyed this one. So let me know if you want to see another 100% race, and I'll definitely get on to doing that. So that's been the Belgian Grand Prix. Until the next race, guys, I'll see you next time.